I have this beer for tonight. So tonight's beer is a nice, crisp, refreshing beverage from Dovetail Brewery here in Chicago. I've had their beer on stream before, but I've never talked in depth about it, so I figured I would do that. Some information about Dovetail Brewery. Dovetail was founded by Hagen Dost and Bill Wesselink, I think is how you say his name, in June of 2016. Don't confuse it with Hagen Dazs. Not the ice cream, totally different. The two met abroad in Munich while they were studying at the Domens Institute for their master's brewer certifications. And the two bonded over great beer, Bavarian food, and their mad respect for traditional brewing methods of that in Europe, notably those from the Franconia and the Bavarian region of Germany. Also, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, the Senu Valley in Belgium. So that's how they met. And the two are actually from Chicago. They met there and then found out that they were Chicago natives. So they shared a vision and a strong bond. And that's essentially how they got the inspiration for their name. If you're familiar with woodworking at all, you know that a dovetail joint is known for its tensile strength. It's that resistance from being pulled apart. So Dovetail was born. And they have this philosophy that I absolutely love. It's straight from their site. I'm going to read it for you guys. It says, "The dovetail joint is the classic symbol of quality and craftsmanship that we strive to bring to our beer. As two brewers joining together to make a stronger form, we are open-hearted alchemists who savor life through a passion for brewing. We brew like monks, minus the vows, and believe that brewing is a fine balance of art and science, hard work and fun. We respect both traditional brewing methods and modern brewing creativity to create sublime beers that play on all of the senses and uplift our customers." So that was their philosophy. Now onto their process. This was actually one thing when I heard about them that really drew me to their brewery. So it's their equipment. From what I've been told, these guys brew with some like old style machinery and of course old school techniques. So they have one machine in there. It is a copper kettle from 1905 from the 1,000-year-old Weinstefan Pilot Brewery in Germany. 1905, guys, from an old ass brewery in Germany. They've also custom built their brew house, their water processing plant, their malt handling system, and their cool ship system, which by the way, was designed by Hagen and Bill themselves. That's pretty fucking cool. And all their beers are made using traditional processes, all made on American and German made equipment. This brewery has so much information on their site regarding their beers, process, what they use, and it was like a nerd's paradise for me. Just some examples. I'm going to read it straight from their site. These are their key processes. Double decoction mashing of lagers and hefeweizens give beers a rich, malty flavor, full mouthfeel, and a thick, lasting head. Turbid mashing of lambic-style beers give wort the correct complexity for wild yeast fermentation, producing a unique flavor profile characteristic of that style. Cooling in an open coolship for all beers. So their flagship beers achieve higher clarity while maintaining flavor complexity, and then the lambic style beers rest for about 12 to 24 hours while coming in contact with the wild yeasts. Their flagship beers are fermented in open fermenters. So it's 7 days for lagers, followed by a traditional 4-week cold maturation. 3 to 4 days for hefeweizens, then that's mixed with unfermented wort and re-fermented in secondary fermentation tanks. So that's the process of their beers. And then the materials are water that's filtered and formulated for each beer, malts that are sourced from the same specialty malters in Franconia who supply malt from the best examples of the beer styles, raw wheat and fresh fruit sourced directly from farmers within 150 miles of Chicago. That's dope. Aroma hops, highest quality sourced from European growing regions. They use notable hops for the entire hop bill. Now with the yeasts, for lager and hefeweizens, the yeast is acquired from traditional sources and infinitely repitched in order to develop strains unique to Dovetail Brewery. And for the lambic style beers, they're fermented by wild yeast natural to Chicago for a one-of-a-kind characteristic. Now, you guys, that I was able to find on their website. And a lot of the time when I do research on beer, I don't really find that much information directly from the source. These guys are so passionate about beer crafting. It's insane. And I love that they share it on their site, and it's forward and also warm and inviting at the same time. You can tell just from how their website's laid out with all this information that they're really passionate about the technique and the traditions of brewing beer. So the beer that I have tonight is actually their Vienna style lager. The ABV is 5.1%. It's served on draft, and it's also distributed in 16-ounce 4-pack cans. It's made from 100% Vienna malt and Styrian golden hops. It's copper in color with a warm malty character. It's rich, caramel toned, and inviting, which you can see right on the side of the can here. But Dovetail beers are some of the most flavorful beers that I've ever had. They're Kolsch, they're Vienna, they're Hefeweizen. Their Kolsch is seriously one of my favorite Kolsch's out there. So I figured, per usual, I'd pour it on stream for you guys. I'm actually gonna be pouring it with my right hand. This is a little complex for me. Oh, look at that color. Look at that. Look at that pour. Yeah, you can see that copper color in there. And when you smell it, I don't know if it's... Is that the malty smell I'm getting? It's just so, like, it's super aromatic. And that feel you get, it's all over. And the notes are there. Like with other lagers that I've drank or Vienna style lagers, I actually don't really like Vienna style lagers because they don't taste like this. This is just so malty. And I don't know, can I say bready? It's not necessarily, is it biscuity, I guess you could say? But it's a delicious fucking beer. Like I said, their Kolsch is my favorite, but I will drink any of their beers. And this is one of them. Good stuff. There.